Welcome to the era of agentic AI. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in artificial intelligence. Traditional AI, it just sits there waiting for your command. But agentic AI, it's proactive, autonomous, and goal-oriented. Think of it like this. Instead of a simple tool that waits for instructions, you now have an intelligent partner that can navigate complex challenges and work toward goals on its own. So what makes agentic AI different from generative AI? Great question. Generative AI is reactive. You give it a prompt, it gives you an answer. Simple as that. But agentic AI takes things to a whole new level. It doesn't just respond to prompts. It pursues goals through planning, reasoning, and coordination. It can break down complex tasks, figure out the steps needed, and execute them autonomously. That's the game changer. Now, let's talk about how this actually works under the hood. There's something called the cognitive architecture, or CALA for short. At the center, you've got the core language model, the brain of the operation. But it's not working alone. It's connected to three critical modules: memory, action space, and decision procedures. These components work together to give the agent its cognitive abilities, allowing it to remember, act, and decide intelligently. Memory is absolutely crucial here. Just like humans, agents need memory to learn and persist over time. There are different types. Working memory is like short-term memory, holding information temporarily. Then you've got long-term memory, which breaks down into episodic memory for past experiences, semantic memory for facts and knowledge, and procedural memory for skills and how-to knowledge. This memory system allows agents to build on past experiences and continuously improve. Here's where it gets really interesting: the action loop. This is how agents actually reason and make decisions. It's a continuous cycle with four stages. First, observe. The agent takes in information from its environment. Second, propose and evaluate. It generates possible actions and weighs the options. Third, select action. It chooses the best course of action based on its reasoning. And fourth, execute. It carries out that action. Then the cycle repeats. This loop enables sophisticated reasoning and adaptive behavior. But agents can't do everything on their own. They need tools. Think of tools as the agent's action space, the ways it can interact with the real world. We're talking APIs, web searches, calendars, databases, calculators, you name it. These tools allow agents to ground their actions in reality and actually get things done. There are different types of actions: grounding actions to verify information, external actions to affect the world, and internal actions for reasoning. Tool use is what makes agents truly powerful. Now here's a challenge. As you add more tools, complexity explodes. Imagine an agent trying to manage connections to dozens or hundreds of different tools. It becomes a nightmare of direct connections, orchestration complexity, and bottlenecks. Every new tool means more integration work, more potential failure points, and more cognitive load on the agent. This is a real scalability problem. That's where the control plane comes in. Think of it as a universal adapter. Instead of the agent connecting directly to every single tool, it connects to one control plane API. The control plane then handles all the routing, governance, and abstraction. It's like having a smart intermediary that manages all the complexity for you. This gives you separation of concerns, better security, and much easier scalability. It's an elegant solution to a messy problem. And we can take this even further with multi-agent orchestration. Instead of one agent trying to do everything, you can have multiple specialized agents working together. Picture a hierarchical structure: a manager agent at the top coordinating specialist agents below. Each agent focuses on what it does best. This enables true specialization, better performance, and more sophisticated problem solving. It's like having a team of experts instead of one generalist. Of course, not every situation needs full autonomy. That's why we have different levels of autonomy based on the need. At one end, you have no autonomy. The human does everything. Then you move through assisted autonomy where the agent helps, conditional autonomy where the agent acts but asks for approval, high autonomy where the agent acts independently with oversight, And finally, full autonomy where the agent operates completely on its own. You choose the right level based on the task, risk, and context. Let's look at a real-world example. Customer service. An incoming request comes in. The agent analyzes the context, looking at the customer's history, sentiment, and the nature of the issue. Based on that analysis, it can respond intelligently, maybe resolving the issue directly, escalating to a human, or updating systems automatically. This kind of context-aware intelligent response is what makes agentic AI so valuable in practice. The applications are already transforming industries. In healthcare, agents are helping with diagnosis support, treatment planning, and patient monitoring. In finance, they're doing fraud detection, portfolio management, and risk assessment. These aren't hypothetical use cases. They're happening right now, delivering real value and improving outcomes in critical domains. But we need to talk about trust and safety. With great power comes great responsibility, right? As agents become more autonomous, we face new risks around governance, accountability, and control. That's why we need robust guardrails, human oversight, clear governance frameworks, safety requirements, and monitoring features. We have to build these systems responsibly with trust and safety baked in from the start. Looking ahead, we're moving toward what some call the Internet of Agents. Imagine agents from different domains, finance, retail, supply chain, all communicating and collaborating through standardized protocols. We're seeing the emergence of standards like the A2A protocol and Model Context Protocol. By 2028, we could see widespread interoperability, ubiquity of agents across industries, and a major shift towards software delegation. It's an exciting future. So what's the agentic advantage? Let me sum it up. Agentic AI represents a fundamental shift from reactive to proactive systems. It's built on modular design with memory, reasoning, and action capabilities. It enables human-AI collaboration at a whole new level. And it's not just hype. This technology is already delivering real-world value across industries. The era of agentic AI is here, and it's transforming how we think about artificial intelligence,